welcome, and thank you so much for coming today from all the way from Texas.
You're welcome.
What part of Texas do you live?
Outside of Dallas, called Plano, Texas.
Plano, I've heard of it.
Yeah, very nice town.
Okay, very good. So you grew up in Long Beach?
I did.
And when did you leave Long Beach?
When I graduated high school, I went to college. When I graduated college, I got a job teaching in Indiana. And from there, from progression of jobs, I never came back except to visit.
Wow. What college did you go to?
Ball State University, which I call the Harvard of the Midwest.
And where was it?
Muncie, Indiana.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So, your family, when did your family come to Long Beach?
I think they must have come 5 or 6 years earlier. I don't know. They came, they were immigrants from the war because they were Jewish and they were in Germany.
Wow.
So they came to Long Beach, and that's the only place they ever knew.
Goodness. And why did they come to New York? Did they have family
I think they
here
had
already?
some family here, and then I forgot why they came to Long Beach, but I know my mother and father loved Long Beach.
Very good. And what kind of work do you do?
Well, I'll give you the progression. I was a teacher, then I became an FBI agent for 28 years. I ended up as the assistant agent in charge of Dallas. And then when I retired, I became the largest Medicare fraud contractor in the country for CMS. I had about 48 states under me for Medicare fraud. I retired from that company 8 years ago. I went to another company, but I became the executive vice president. We did Medicare fraud. About 3 years ago, I retired. They kept on bringing me back, so I'm a consultant now. And I do a lot of work with Medicare fraud.
Excellent. Thank you for that. When you come back, what do you see as the changes here?
For the restaurants are different, and I see the boardwalk is different. The biggest thing growing up, the greatest thing was every Saturday, my mother would give me $1, and I'd go to the boardwalk Saturday night, and we would play a couple of games, have a slice of pizza, go get an Izzy Knish, play skee ball, and go home and hang out on the boardwalk. A lot of those things were gone, I noticed that. We also had a lot of old age homes on the boardwalk. I think they were replaced with condominiums or hotels. The people are the same. It's a great city. The people have always bonded together. You know each other. It's like Cheers, the bar. Everybody knows your name. Whenever I come back, it's nice because I still have a lot of friends here. I was fairly well known. And it's very nice to come back to visit.
So what years were those when they had, was it that they had all that stuff on the boardwalk, all the games and everything?
Well, I graduated high school in '63, so in the 60s, early 60s, we go to the boardwalk every Saturday.
That's great.
Then you go to the beach on the
course.
weekends. It was just a great, great town to grow up in.
That's wonderful. Do you want to recall some of the other restaurants and shops or places you used to go besides the boardwalk and the beach?
Yeah, every day after school, my father would take me for French fries at the Penguin, and it was the Penguin was where Geno's is, and that's gone. And then we went to when I was in high school, we went to the Cozy Nook a lot. There was also a place called the Hamburger Hamlet, which had hamburgers, and a train would deliver the hamburgers to your station, and that was really cute.
Wow.
And there was a place called Bella's in the East End where my mom would have coffee, but the Penguin was the place I remember the most because I would go every day after school for some French fries while my father would nurse a cup of coffee for an hour.
Wow.
And that was the best place. And then, of course, Geno's.
What did your father do?
We had 2 jewelry stores, Rama Jewelers and Harry Jewelers, and he had a landscaping business.
Really?
Yes.
A jeweler and a landscaper?
We had 2 jewelry stores. And
At the same time?
Yes.
Did he make jewelry?
No. He owned a toy factory in Germany, and of course he had to immigrate, leave everything, and come and start from nothing when he came to the U.S., but he built himself back up.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's interesting. It'd be interesting to know why jewelry and why landscaping.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was very industrious, very ingenious,
Yes,
very smart.
obviously.
He saw opportunities. He took advantage of them.
That's
They
terrific.
raised a good family.
So that's really about it because you left and you moved to Texas. Is there anything else you can recall? People growing up that influenced you, or any other good memories?
I really had a lot of good friends here, and you know, I played some sports.
Oh yes, you played sports with
I wasn't
some...
good. I mean, I played, you know, some wrestling. I was like JV. I played high school baseball. I was just a very average athlete. But I know. My sister told me one of the things you guys were talking about was Sonny McKeever.
Yes.
Sonny, I'm probably Sonny's oldest friend.
Oh.
And I remember going to his house. His mother was a beautician, and it was right next to the railroad station. And they lived right behind where she worked. And I remember I'd go there in the wintertime. She would make ice cream out of snow.
Wow.
And Sonny and I still talk about that because Sonny and I are still friends on Facebook. And interestingly enough, over the years, you know, Sonny got more involved in the black community and in the black rights, black people's rights, and I know there was a lot of antagonism against the police, and yet, even though I was an FBI agent, you know, Sonny and I never bothered us. We always kept the friendship outside of politics, and we still talk today on Facebook. And when he got an award, I think, from the Martin Luther King Center, something.
Yes.
And I couldn't
Not too
attend,
long ago.
but I wrote a letter which was read, I guess, at the ceremony.
Oh, that's interesting, because I was there.
Well, yeah, I wrote him a letter.
Terrific.
He said it brought tears to his eyes,
Oh.
probably because of my misspellings, and he knew how stupid I was. But yeah, I had a lot of good friends. I mean, you know, the most
You
famous.
played baseball? with
Yeah,
Sonny?
I was average.
Yeah.
But my greatest memories was watching Larry Brown play basketball. He was my idol. You know, I went to school with Billy Crystal and Richie Crystal. Richie was in my class. Billy was 2 years behind us. Nice family. But what's interesting about the Long Beach connection, so one of my friends, well, my wife's, one of my best friends, was a lady named Barbara Dominitz, who became Barbara Atlas. And she was very good friends with my wife, and she was very popular, and I wasn't in that group, but I knew Barbara. And a couple of years back, I went to like my 40th reunion, we reconnected, Barbara and I. So then, when I became this very large Medicare fraud contractor, I had Florida under me. And I had the whole state of Florida and Puerto Rico and all those places where I was doing Medicare fraud, and I had a team of investigators. And I needed someone to run the office. And I remember Barbara Dominitz was COO of a mental health clinic down there. And I called her and I said, I'd like you to meet me. And we talked, and I hired her 40 years later to work for me as my director in Florida. And she ran my Florida office.
How about that?
Isn't that funny?
Small world.
It is. And I'll tell you another funny story about Long Beach if you think this is interesting. So in the FBI, I was in the command post of Waco and of Ruby Ridge. And I think it was Ruby Ridge. I can't remember. I can't remember which one it was. And on FBI headquarters, and I was in the command post, and they said to everybody, the acting attorney general is coming to see the command post. I want everybody very busy, acting very quiet, don't look up. So here I am in this big command post, and I'm looking down, and the attorney general walks in. Now you have to listen to this story. This is the greatest story ever told in mankind. The attorney general walks in with the FBI director. He looks up, he goes, Howie? Is that Howie Apple? It was Stuart Sims from Long Beach.
Wow. He was Attorney General.
Acting Attorney General. And he goes, where's your office? Let's talk. So we left the command post in his office, and let me tell you, everybody went crazy. What's he telling the Attorney General?
Oh, wow.
But in that, so the connections with Long Beach, he still remembered me.
That's great.
Isn't that a
That's
funny
amazing.
story?
That's terrific. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your coming.
Thank you so much.